Salehe Bembury and New Balance are once again inviting you into their kaleidoscopic collection with this latest iteration of the New Balance 1000, using Salehe Bembury's classic variety of eccentric colors, loud visuals, and different types of materials all over the shoe. They've created a very loud, comfortable, and visual aesthetic that brings together nature and tells a story all in one. The 1000 model has been doing really well for New Balance in the last couple of years. Since its debut, we've seen so many different colorways. The debut versions with Joe Freshgoods, the monotone Kith collaboration, as well as versions done with bricks and wood, and now the first of two different colorways that we will see from renowned collaborator, multi-brand entrepreneur and artist Salehe Bembury. If you are not familiar with Salehe Bembury, he has been doing work with New Balance for a long time, but not just New Balance. He's also the director of Puma Basketball and recently was famous for designing the Tyrese Halliburton debut shoe. He's also done work with other fashion brands, including Crocs. If you are a fan of sneakers, you probably have seen his work somewhere, but this is the first time that he has done a 1000 model from New Balance. Now this version is called Fog Be the Cloud, which continues on Salehe's nature-driven naming conventions. This other shoe, which I have right here, which is the 2000R, was called Water Be the Guide. So you can kind of see the similarities between the two shoes and something that's really going to stand out when you're wearing them. Just quickly, if this is the first time you're checking out my channel, thank you so much for watching me. I really do appreciate it. My name is Harrison Cable. This is Best Foot Forward Shoes. We have a podcast, we do shoe reviews, we do short little videos. I know the sneaker internet around YouTube is massively oversaturated right now, so I really do appreciate you. And if you like the video, if you like my take on the video, please hit subscribe, please watch more videos. We've got a ton more on the channel, but with that out of the way, let's get into some of the more finer details like the sizing, the comfort, and look at some of these awesome and unique details. Right off the bat, the first thing that I noticed with this shoe when I first put it on was that, of course, it is comfortable. New Balance is renowned for its comfort with its ABZORB foam midsoles, beautiful plush suedes and cushioning around the ankle. It is everything that you think a New Balance is going to be in terms of comfort. However, with this one, compared to other 1000s, of which I have a fair few now, this one definitely fit a little bit more snug. The other pairs that I was comparing it to are definitely more mesh and suede driven pairs where they don't have any leather on them, a lot of synthetic materials. However, this shoe, being comprised of mostly leather panels on the outer, kind of felt a little bit more rigid and a little bit more stiff. I think with a little bit of wear you probably could fit your foot a little bit nicer in it, but I went with these in my true to size, which is a size 9 US, 42.5 euro, which is about an 8 UK in this model, and it definitely was okay. It didn't feel uncomfortable, but it was definitely a little bit more tight than another New Balance 1000 which you might have tried on before. I would compare it a lot more to say a 1906R or a 2002R for New Balance in terms of sizing, and not what I would usually describe a 1000 as, which is more like the Made in USA, where you can usually go down half a size and be okay. So I would definitely stick with your true to size on this one, even go up half a size if you really want to. There are still pairs of these available. I did pick this up from the New Balance Australia website for $250 Australian. It's roughly about $180 US, and these were sitting in some stores. So if you do want to pick these up, they are still available, and again, there is another colorway with a lot of the same sort of materials on the shoe. So if you want to pick that one up, I would probably recommend that same sizing as well. Moving on to the materials, let's start from the bottom here. One thing I really like is this purple and green translucent outsole with this really bright red, almost burnt orange shank plate in the middle. This stability web plate does have little cutouts in it where you can see the green ABZORB midsole coming through. From what it feels like, this is pretty much the same outsole and midsole that you're going to get on every other 1000, so expect the same level of comfort or cushiness that you would usually get with the 1000. I just really love the green, the dark green colors. It kind of reminds me of you're walking on some sort of moss or like a really thick bed of grass. It really does look very cool. Moving up from there, you have some wraparound green suede which goes around the front toe box, and you also have some embroidered hits on the front toe box as well. I just really like the way they combine the mixture of colors and materials on this midsole to create a bit of a nature vibe where you're walking through the jungle or walking through the rainforest. This material section might take a little while because there is so many cool materials and different sort of pieces on this shoe. So hopefully you can follow the timestamps down below, because the next one that I'm going to talk about, which is the pattern leather, this really rich, almost royal blue color, really does stand out, and it's definitely going to be a head turner for anyone who's wearing this shoe. Hence why some people think that this shoe's a bit too loud for them, but I think it's just classic Salehe. It is exactly what you would come to expect from him. That pattern leather kind of has this two-toned aesthetic to it. It's really hard to describe without actually seeing it up close, but it kind of has this tiger kind of shiny pattern, almost like it has water that's drying off it. I really love the way that they've created a almost 3D holographic effect on the leather on on the outside. You also have some very large open hole mesh, which you've seen on some other Salehe Bembury shoes. First of all, in a neon green part, and also the similar sort of color to the leather, but obviously a different material. So it kind of has that monochromatic aesthetic on the outside, but when you look up close, it really has a different sort of texture difference that I think is really cool. That same mesh texture is also on the tongue, but it's actually really hidden by obviously the burnt orange laces, the burnt orange suede, and then the very nice full grain brown leather which runs along the tongue loop right here. You can see the Salehe Bembury branding on the side as well, done in that pink and purple mixture of colors. Then you have the classic New Balance 1000 back heel tab here in this like light brown, kind of almost thatched kind of cotton material. And then lastly, the N logo in that neon hit on the brown leather here. So overall, a ton of different materials, very motley, very kaleidoscopic, as I said before, and it's definitely going to be a head turner when you're wearing these shoes. And on the inside, you do have the classic Salehe Bembury fingerprint with the New Balance logo. You've got the cork insole there, which is a bit of a staple for the rest of his shoes. 1000 and New Balance branding all over the shoe as well, on the back heel and on the front toe box as well. The last piece I will talk about is this clear New Balance logo on the side of the shoe, which actually is supposed to fog up with more use. So obviously when the shoe gets hot, so obviously when you're wearing the shoe for a long time, your foot's going to get hot, and apparently this piece right here will fog up as if you're, getting a little bit of condensation on a window. So we'll see how that goes, but it does look like it's really cool. It's subtle to kind of go along with the very loud rest of the shoe. Speaking a little bit about the box, you do have this very nice graphic, which is kind of a standard when it comes to New Balance and Salehe. It's like this very cool forest, and then you can see the branding right there called the Fog Be the Cloud colorway. Some people were kind of holding off on this shoe, I think, because they saw leaks of the second colorway, which is done in like a purple, bluish, yellow, orangey combination. I don't know what the materials of those ones are going to be like, but I really do like the blue. I love green as well, and of course orange. But hey, I'm probably going to go for that shoe as well to try and complete the pack, so to speak, of the 1000 and Salehe Bembury models. But let me know what you think. Do you love this shoe? Do you have strong opinions about it? Because some people certainly did, and Salehe's a little bit divisive with some of his designs. You saw some of his Crocs shoes get absolutely hammered because of how bad they were. I just love that he kind of stays true to the way that his shoes always look, and he follows a design language, and I think that his fans definitely appreciate that and will almost buy anything that he makes simply to keep up with the law and to try and continue their collection that he is bringing to them. So overall, I'm super happy about these shoes. I'm really, really glad to have them. I kind of have been on a bit of a bad streak with some shoes lately. I missed out on like the SB95s, the Nigel Sylvester Jordan 1s, and it was kind of nice to just have a nice easy cop where they were pretty much sitting around on the New Balance website for about 3 or 4 hours, which in this day and age is pretty long, especially for a collaboration with a premium collaborator like Salehe. And of course, I'm super happy that you have gotten to this part of the video. If you have gotten to this part, please subscribe. Please check out other videos. We've got a podcast with a bunch of awesome people that you may know. So thank you so much again to everybody for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.